It's safe to say that 2022 was a very special year for Kenzo Craigie, and it ended with Kenzo being announced as the newest member of the Mercedes AMG Junior Driver Programme. Kenzo, firstly, congratulations. Tell us a little bit about how this came to be.
Thank you. So it all started, I think, midway through British Champs, the warm-up round for Whilton Mill. We won that, and then one of the dads came over to us and said, Ron Meadows wants to talk to you about joining the team for Kart Masters. And then we had a good test day at Whilton here, and then we said, okay, we're going to do it. And then when we did it, we were really fast. We had an unlucky final, but we stayed with them for a bit longer. And then it was just at the end of British, after I finished the second final, that my dad told me in the truck that Mercedes wants to sign you, and I was just so happy.
Because you spent the last 2 years in Honda Cadet. Last year you took a really, really emotional win on the anniversary of Martin Hines passing for Zip Kart. Your career is sort of mirroring your hero, Lewis Hamilton, a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd hope to be like him one day, but you know, there's always going to be some difficulties. But yeah, I really hope that I can make it on the F1 grid.
Well, of course, it's not just about the drivers, it's about the families as well. And Kenzo's dad, Paul, joins us as well. Paul, you have been, supporting Kenzo as best you can. Now, by your own admission, you're not the world's greatest kart mechanic, but what Kenzo has achieved and the way he's done it, 2 O-plates last year, that win for Zip Karts, really taking the fight second in the British Championship. How are you feeling now as just a dad?
I mean, purely as a dad, I couldn't be prouder of Kenzo. I mean, I can't take any credit for what he has achieved in the last couple of years. It quickly became apparent to me that I was not good enough for him from a mechanic perspective, right? And we couldn't really afford to go out and hire mechanics. So all down to him and his performances, he got noticed by teams. First of all, by Zip Kart, who offered him a drive last year, and hence he came out with his first win on the British Championship scene. And then after that, being noticed by Argenti Motorsport, and in particular Ron Meadows, who has been invaluable in terms of Kenzo's journey to date, and we'll obviously be looking to him for further guidance going forwards. But it's all down to this young man. I mean, as I said, I can't take I can't take any credit at all, besides driving him to the tracks now and carrying his helmet around. Yeah.
Well, I want to cast your mind back to 2021, the end of the 2021 season, the Rotax Grand Finals in Bahrain. You qualified, Kenzo, through one of the Micromax qualifiers. Now, we snuck out onto the Formula One circuit out there, and I got a photograph of you on the #1 grid slot, and you thought, I think that might be Lewis Hamilton's tyre marks. How does it feel now that you are on the same sort of team structure as your racing idol?
It's mind-blowing. To be on the same team as him. I've looked up to him my whole life, so to even be near to him on that team is just incredible.
Now, you've jumped straight out of Honda Cadet into juniors. It's a big step up. Are you approaching, obviously there's now a difference, in karting, you're wearing, the Argenti race suits, and, they've got the Mercedes link. How are you going to maintain your focus and just treat this season like any other and enjoy your racing as much as you've always done?
Well, as it's our first year in juniors, we're not expecting too much, but we hope to progress through the year and have good progression so that we can do really well next year, because that's the year that we're hoping to do all our best bits.
And again, that's a great deal. Bring Paul back in now. And Dad, how do you now sort of control, make sure that, because this is a high pressurised environment, it's the British Championships, this is the O-Plate. how do you make sure that Kenzo just keeps a level head and enjoys everything, and that the occasion and that the thing doesn't get too much for him, and that he just can carry on to do what he's done to get him to this point?
Yeah, so we've got a fantastic support structure around us in Argenti Motorsport, and also through the Mercedes AMG Junior Driver Program. We have very clear objectives for the year, as Kenzo just explained, and there's no pressure, right? We're here to learn this year. You know, as you said, we're just coming out of the Cadet class, so no one's expecting us to go out there. It would be great, right? But no one's expecting us to go out there and dominate. We can save that for next year.
Save that for next year. Well, this year, ladies and gentlemen, the British karting paddock is delighted to have the latest member of a Formula One Junior Driver Program member, Kenzo Craigie.
Thank you.